When I for oversee, now they get money say now the money is on a good oversight. The Ministry of Health. How can Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance go provide resources to Parliament when a Parliament for oversee them? So then institutions they has to be resourced. That one day not to corruption that one day. If we not get down there right, no problem. The condition where justice systems they under. If we not address that system, they, you know what we would always do? We would grumble about justice from one regime to another. We will not go solve the problem. It will reach a point one day, we will just collide. Imagine by 2028, one party political party then say, it doesn't matter if not APC. Even SLPP, they say, no, we need to go court. We lost election, we need to go court. We go clash, we go fight. So that make it behoves we for letting institutions are they strong. First, because now if they're strong, now in the state go able to produce more. So this now this they make with democracy and they work better. Because we not really think about the critical institutions, waiting they need for work, waiting they need for be effective. So now make reward necessary. We look at countries such as Pakistan. Pakistan, the one way they collect tax, then say if you collect tax to this point, would they increase the salary? Would they give you bonus? You know what's happen? The tax increase by 13%. So today when they talk to NRA, if we actually collect past this, you when they do this collection, would they give una, would they pay una well? You know what's happen? Then leakage they already in the NRA. It is stop because you don't promise individual reward for them. And why this necessary? This necessary in a country where we not able to make broad scale pay reform. We not get that money there. For talks say let make broad scale reform of pay and compensation. We not get that money there. So the only way now for let you dangle something, you say if we not achieve this, now this now you get. It means the individual the profit, the state the profit, people and the profit. The only one the way that they lose. Now the one the way certain be they pay them bad in there. Now no more go lose. So this is now one idea for let make clear.
Before I come to you, Mr. Mori, the idea we preach so now verifying something. Now I go through on a report and you been get this country when I mentioned Georgia. Now in 2003 then been get the Rose Revolution. We say then say corruption not even at this country. So then presidents need for resign. And after that they then fire like 90% of them police force. And the balance 10% we left, they increase them salary. They not just increase them salary, then come with a new system inside. Then they before you they come inside the police force for sit a merit-based exam. And then they get independent people the way they evaluate how the police then they perform and whether then they do good. So my question to you now on this particular one here, on based on saying I wanna publish the
in fact that same report, the way that report they conclude, it conclude with Dockham in example. He write one good book we call bargaining, elite bargaining. It talks say like for like country, the country you don't go before. You be Ghana don't go far before Salon. You go America, you go China. Not to about like democracy, not to about the best ideas. You see then country then they now people now the elites agree. They say you know what if there is argument or conflict between me idea and that person idea, the best idea will help the country would they bow to them. Salon are the biggest problem down there. For let elites them, especially elites on both sides, for let them agree say, you know what this kind of justice here will get is not good for we. The justice system not good for APC, not good for SLPP. You can only grumble about them when you're not in power. The moment you're in opposition, you talk to then they're against we. This is a rogue judiciary. We see it happen at the bar association. Every day you see say every political party one gets in stake in the justice system. So the report they talk say not a magic bullet, but we'll get for start from elsewhere. We'll get for start with conversations about how do we start building the judiciary. It's not simplistic, like we try for let make and let it appear simple, but it's not simple. It's quite complicated. But if you get a judge, or you get one magistrate where they sit on the same cases and criminal cases, the same weight of cases, and they try 50 cases per year. They get another judge where they try under the same condition, they try 150 cases per year. We report the talk say, then two then they not forget the same salary. Even if they get the same salary, the one we do 250 cases, you get for compensate them because they do more work. It make the state safe, it reduce the backlog with the cut they get, it become more efficient. So not to box ticking, we get forget genuine conversation on all sides of the political divide as to where do we start with the conversation about making parliament effective, making the justice system effective. If you be there by the lunch, we'll go by the lunch, one policy will be clear. Now the one we come under the Human Resource Management Office, HRMO. So in talk say, no, this one we for maker for the civil service. Now the biggest conclusion we'll get by this report, Lord pilot this idea, some side. A final acts being the whole court, then fees, then fines, where the courts they fine. Instead of that money they go back to Ministry of Finance, how that money they go stay in at the judiciary. And Lord ask yourself, that money go do for take care of the judiciary? If you know they do for take care of the judiciary, how do we get funds for complement that one day? You understand that? Because we don't start forget a self-financing mechanism for the judiciary. We don't forget a self-financing mechanism for Parliament. Right now, if you get if Parliament they pass a bill, if they pass an agreement like for any mining contract, 1% of that money for the agreement, when they say the revenue, it will go to the mining community. So there it talks a Diamond Area Development Fund, community level development fund. You see, now last month I see then go shape and President Bill go shape the one. But Parliament they sit down, all that money they go, you know they get 0.2% safe. They cancel them. So you get for Parliament therefore go back for go beg the Ministry of Finance. So we need money. We need, because now at the time we countries them, if you look like China, they sit down and they say which kind system we want, which kind democracy we want. So long as we need for sit down we think through say now this kind democracy now we want. The more we think about that and agree, say this democracy good for we, the better we can able for develop governance system with the work. I believe say this is not just a start of the bigger conversation we'll get forget.
Mr. Francis Murray, as the public relations officer for the judiciary, you know I agree waiting the reports being say. I really want to get your own view on this. It's quite interesting. Year after year with the people in the ground will say the judiciary independence and say then people here they bend to the will of the executive, like waiting the president or a minister, then once and then people in they do. Them challenge here, you feel say implementing like if them come with an independent source side, the judiciary they getting money for pay salaries them now or for carry out all them work them. You feel say it go actually deal with this problem, this lack of trust with people inside the judiciary? What's your view?
Thank you very much, sir. I want to start first for commend the leadership of IGR, Mr. Lavalley and in team. They do an excellent job because for let you get a team where they really put self outside the equation and project issues where they affect public performance of institutions, a key. So over the years, I know they monitor like I can tell how they get with chatters. I don't they monitor a number of publications, and they really hit at the debate. They hit at the heart of the debate. For no say, there's not about political colors. There's also about background, region or origin. Now about how we can get things to work. So I commend Una for that. For the judiciary, I go through the report and. Much of, if not all, much of waiting the team put together now waiting the judiciary the face and part of waiting we really need for raise awareness on for ensure say we effective and efficient in moving we constitutional mandate forward. Now Famule no say the 1991 constitution and give it the mandate as an institution for administer cases both civil and criminal, and for ensure we administer justice to the people of this country. Chapter 120 of the Constitution. But that same Constitution, for tell you how it hold to a very high esteem the principle of justice. Chapter 2, they tell you about the fundamental principles of state policy. the motto they say, the motto where the state establish on unity, freedom, and justice. Then the principle again say unity, freedom, unity, democracy, and freedom. So justice key in the dispensation of any democratic state. So we're not going to rule them out at all. Now to the question we ask, how we fit into this conversation, how we fit into this debate altogether. I agree to a very large extent with the publication we say if we increase incentives to most of them public institutions, then it will increase the level of performance, the efficiency. Now we don't make the conversation over the years on waiting for make we do we work efficiently. Year in, year out. We can commend the government of Sierra Leone because now then our greatest sponsor as a third arm of the government of Sierra Leone, the money we need for run the judiciary in a form, the consolidated fund. But not enough. If you compare with budgetary allocation, where we they get NASA alone every year to other countries in the sub-region, you go on for say, would they do so much in the midst of with meager resources we they get as an institution. So now we get a judiciary over the years. We don't take time for reform. There have been cases where instances where the court system, judges they wait for another judge guys for let them sit. Right in Britannia. There are days who get the magistrate court, the high court, all jumped up in that building there. They make justice slow, crowded, and what have you. Now, as leadership they progress from one chief justice to another, we see separation from that. Now we don't manage the court system, but infrastructurally, these are things we not for shy away from. Like where the report say, infrastructurally we are nothing to write home about. If you check even the courts in Freetown, there are staff of judiciary inside this capital city will not even get office. That to tell you how challenged we are when it comes to infrastructure or space. Now left Freetown, go now the provinces. There are places where basically the judges where they go, like we get a criminal session where they go on now in the provinces, where they take justice to people where not get arrested the high court judge. The judges they sit and are an open court. Some are court barrier with them back open. Imagine a judge of the high court. They sit in a red robe, they try criminals. In a community where they all don't reside, now they them commit the offense. They have friends, they have relatives. You don't ask yourself the chances of reprisal if that judge just goes sit down in an open court with one OSD officer to map with gun, it might be so it map. Should anything happen, the security of that judge, and even the judicial personnel within at that point can they at stake. So enormous for like we come to terms with what we grapple with as an institution. There's so much we can do. As I talk to you now, let people know, we judges they take handwritten notes in court. If you watch to other courts in the sub-region, they don't go far above that. Stenographers they now and you get recordings here and there way go ensure so they record everything will happen at the court, transcribe and make the job easy. So if there's a murder case involving 4 accused persons with one judge, the prosecution will try for adduce evidence in respect of the allegations against all of them 4 accused persons. Imagine you get for Sudan right where the prosecution done with the first accused, then go to the case for the second accused, third accused. You get for right, you go write a stockpile of pages. Now you get for Sudan again, you read all of that for Harvard judgment and conclusion. That alone takes time. But ask yourself if you be get stenographers. So the issue is plenty. Like I say, the court na Pujan. We go there sometime last year. When we video the infrastructure and the status of the court at the time, it's deplorable. If rain comes, so they have to pack all the files and push on a corner. So they pull and force they then send on a private side for the materials, then papers and stationery not soak because of the deplorable state in which they did. So if then debates here they come, frankly, we welcome them. Because we feel say they are geared towards improving the efficiency of the institution. Because if we shy away from our try for dress, I mean not go help we. Regardless of the leadership we they at the helm of affairs at the judiciary. If waiting the court system need for be efficient not day. If we still grapple with with the number of judges what we get, with the result in the workload of a judicial officer, then the conversation need for be be made far and wide on how for get the judiciary more efficient. As I talk to you, a country of close to 7 million people will not go up to 40 judges or 40 magistrates, and we have, let's say, 16 districts, including the western area now. Now we not get court of appeal. When they empanel a court of appeal, you get 3 judges to a case in case there's an appeal, and a free tongue normal court of appeal base. As I talk to you, every other case in the provinces, we get an appeal for canton. If there is enough resources, we go even decentralize the court of appeal. Get one in the provinces where the one the way they undergo is burden for, say, if you have an appeal from a decision we come from the High Court, just go and so down. There's a court of appeal where you decide. But the number of judges will not get them. The adequate number of judges now make, we they rotate them. Rotationaries will get circuit courts. So until we get there, until we make them conversations that loud to people who matter, to government, and let them take us serious. Budget allocation, like what I say, now a debate on the ongoing. So there are times where there will be a project for execute. We go for the make phone calls. Hey, but how this money now? This money not carry it. This not carry it. This not carry it. This not carry it. In a seemingly democratic state where the 3 organs of government for work hand in gloves, for oversee each other for ensure say they're efficient, judiciary for the oversee the executive, and parliament for ensure say they're all there on their toes for work. But when you are left at the mercy of whether they give you money, it's something that is to be treated seriously.
So I think it's clear at this point, say, you don't overemphasize how if the judiciary get their own financial autonomy, if they get to side and they get their own money bin without they no need for go to parliament or to the executive, then go able for deliver on the mandate. So I know I want to pick your thoughts on Nande, Mr. Lavali, and before we go further, family them at 8 o'clock we will open the phone line, and the number is 072 641 729 072 641 729. And Mr. Lavali, and immediately after we open the phone call, the Honorable Musa Fofana gets for joining me as well for here on the parliamentary side. Mr. Lavali, before we continue, I really want to get your thoughts on that. They've been said overemphasize on the point, say, if they get the money, if the judiciary get the money, then they able to deliver. You actually feel, say, if they come with a performance-based evaluation system for let them see how judges them they work, whether or not they actually they do their work, they're not going to resist them and say no, we don't interfere inside the judiciary work, and then we'll say like we not get independence, the courts not get independence at all because then get people and with the over monitor them. You know, feel say then kind of case will come up based on our findings.
No, I think say we not a magic bullet, not a one thing that make the judiciary efficient. Even if they get all the money they need, go still make them efficient. But there are many things where they hamburg the work of the judiciary. In fact, one of the things that the reports reflect on, they reflect on how we, the public, ordinary people, we don't reach a point now where if case day in a court, you say I go work at that case day. I know that judge day or this politician, you know that magistrate day. So do you want to call that person day? They will kill that case day. So because as Australian people, we do one research one the way they show say even for the for parliament, 60% of Salon people they say me MP only give me direct benefit, not to how the MP for doing work. So we don't get a culture now we don't imbibe apart from that executive control, because we talk about financial autonomy, not just the executive control they try for minimize. It's fine. But besides that one day, there's a lot of attitude issues, mindset issues we will need for shift. Yeah. For say the state, because a lot of people they believe say the state it gets beaucoup resources for loot. And so what in politics mean? Politics are just a way for let you be part of that, for let you be part of the distribution system for that loot say. So now that make just not to just the judiciary, even the MP, they expect say that MP they for go loot and go share to you. So they expect say that justice day, that magistrate day, and not get for be fair. Now the person way they close, they connected. That's so justice they work. So that perception we need for shift them, for say not to so justice the work. So me no go care about contract. The report they talk say me no care about contract procedures as long as me brother and the party chairman or are connected to the party chairman, the governing party chairman, say all good. So what thing happen over time because the institutions they need to deliver that one day, you dey see say trust in the institutions then don't drop. And within the report they talk about now how really for overcome them trust then they. We reflect quite a lot on how the political class they treat institutions there. The political class, within the political class they do, like what kind of power, not to how you for make the justice system effective or let the parliament effective. The thing will get interest in, especially the major political party here, now how my young people them, then go, how I will bring my young people them. We call up at the report changing personnel. So changing personnel means say if APC na me win, I go bring APC supporters there. If SLPP na who win, I go bring SLPP supporters there. Instead of changing the system where they create underperformance. The focus of this report now, if you want to let the judiciary perform, not to just how you appoint young people there, you get for change the system where they make them underperform. And family for no, but we make two interesting examples. One, under SLPP, somebody believe of fair high standing, now be professor of peace studies, we come out now one university, it be the lecture they how for get peace. People in the come around the world and then they go teach them. They say now you can't sit down in your country. At the hem, he left beaucoup confusion inside SLPP for get peace. Under APC, then go up employ a professor. This not to be just professor in agriculture, but now in be they show people them how for practice effective agriculture. If within the IITA, they say now okay, Ernest Kroma say you now you the council the Minister of Agriculture. He left hunger and poverty as alone. So it means if the system not change, it doesn't matter how much personnel they change. You see a lot of people in the come abroad say them man they don't come with the abroad. Believe me, I know they criticize anybody with the come abroad for can work Nasalo. But the situation has always been such that you can't work in a country where the systems they not allow you for deliver results. In that other country then the systems they allow you for deliver results. So now that make James Robinson and Asimoglu, they were clear in the book Why Nations Fail. They look Mexico, they look this other country, America. So why is it that this country yanda better, not just border and divide them, yanda they better. So he say yanda bacteria not the better day, but bacteria they kill people then. He say because get a system for healthcare, not get better system for healthcare. So this report they talk about how do we change the system then they instead of let you just say no, you wait no more. If I can't have power, I get a revenge committee, we'll get for revenge. Or you wait no more if this now we don't turn this. It's sorry we call they talk about them, but no say now we they talk about that in the light of the judiciary. But this argument you they take in every domain of governance as alone. Whether na the civil service, whether na you the agriculture, how for manage fertilizer. If you say now people they manage fertilizer, not to wooder, they're really efficient for manage that fertilizer there. But now which party you be support? Now you go manage, now you go determine how that fertilizer could be managed. It hamburg the productivity of agriculture. So with this report will just a lot test out by the judiciary. If we actually do and find injustice, the delivery of why justice important? Because if justice work, now that go make Bemba, somebody go watch ping for do bad they afraid. People in authority. Justice not to for Okada rider no more. Not to for taxi driver. Now people in authority being they're gonna say no, this one if I touch this, I'll be brought to book. But you know the good thing? If SLPP do and now Lord talks they support the judiciary for be strong, for be independent. Even if they're in opposition, they will be protected because they don't put a system where they protect every Sierra Leonean. But too often, people when they're in a government, they can be so short-sighted. The only thing they think about is the next election, not the next generation. So within this report, they say a lot think about how do we build systems and procedures for protect everybody, starting with Parliament and the judiciary.
So you don't hear and Mr. Mori, you don't hear any arguments on how it feel like if Salonga for change, if developments they be, if you want actually get effective governance, we need for build and develop a system where go support landing. Interestingly enough, if you were like a book where I've been read a couple of days ago, where they talk about building good habits, then small habits, then where they build like in they develop a system for you, we go produce good results, not to forget motivation or discipline. So in that light, in that vein, if you they lean towards an argument, I want in just quick one in 3 minutes, later here you view on, you actually feel say if, and this is assuming say the incentive them we the system or new system will carry it, will reward judges them or will reward and judicial officers them based on how good then they work. If the incentives are still being implemented or them still are awarded by the executive body, you actually feel say political interference no will still continue on our part, or you feel say then they will create a very viable condition for let the judiciary carry out in work and the incentive no will be anything where the executive assuming say that the executive get for control and go manipulate.
Well, the integrity of judges, like what Mr. Lavali say, now a two-way approach. One, you can take out from the fact say, if they have the resources available, they cannot be dictated to, and then two, it boil around the integrity of the individual in itself, because it clearly stated in the Constitution say that judge, based on what he do, the judgment will deliver, nobody no go bring out to book on which side it take when it arrive at a particular judgment. So like what Mr. Lavali say, if we don't come to that point where we feel say for like efficiency and effectiveness in the judiciary, we forget a system where they work and deliver, then we should do that. Like for instance, we get for track down the magistrates them, we don't give a hell lot of problem over the years on how they deliver cases. If you watch most of the prison court initiative exercise we can do now, people where the magistrate then can just away for petty offenses, public order offenses, we really no to attract that kind high-handedness in terms of penalty. Now when we can go now them places and you need for the laughable instances where accused persons or convicts can then Pademba Road, where clearly if the magistrates they do their work judiciously, will not for even get at conducting the prisons court. So it boils around also equipping the institutions, like we say, institutional efficiency. We get the Judicial Legal Service Commission, when at the board where they oversee the operations of judges. If you watch that composition, it's about giving them the autonomy where they want, for ensure say judges they really stick to the conduct of the codes of they stick to within the codes of conduct they say. Because you see, institutional efficiency they come also from institutions where they establish for team the condition the actions and inactions of them body the way them thing and they for do. So if the Judicial Legal Service Commission, a body where get a mixed bag of individuals, we for be held to high esteem, with stand integrity, rise up, sit up. Parliament sit up as an institution, the police sit up as an institution, the judiciary where I can say they are receiving end of justice, police go there investigate well, if they investigate well, go to the law officers department, they prefer indictment, then come to we. Now we not forget to that point where we can just to a matter malicious investigation will happen, this person plot against neighbor, then get neighbor, this okay, I go make sure you go pardon by road, then come before the court say sufficient evidence not that to this matter go na court. The police don't fail. That person that accused person until don't they behind bars for 2-3 weeks. Just for ensure say the zeal of that person we feel say for punish him come to pass. So it's a concerted thing. Institutions for sit up. We get the Judicial Legal Training Institute, JLTI, one for trained judicial staff. For ensure say they're efficient. Over the years we don't get a number of trainings. And we also solicit funds for ensure say we build the capacity of our staff from judges to magistrates. Even that not enough, like what I say, it tied to the integrity of the person who hold that office. If that person feels say this is a public institution accountable to the people of this country, and for sit up, I should be seen doing the right thing, regardless of whether they before me, regardless of whether a politician they deal with, whether a party person, the law should apply to everybody. So when judicial officers get that backdrop going into a trial, you just can preempt the end. So this is a public service. I owe the people of this country justice. Now that make idea. and I for deliver justice regardless of what I did before me. So institutions will be equipped, and also political interference, like we will say, if institutions are lifted up that then penny level within this one, they are lifted. 10 chances to why not go be again say not to lack of judges they cause the problem. Not to because we not got judge na Kono, na Cambia, they cause the problem. They are there now. Let this now they are there, they not do the right thing. Then we can hold them accountable. Then the Judicial Legal Service Commission we don't be empowered for deal with the instances, and once there is a case of a judge, we go against the codes of ethics for judges. The commission call them to book. XYZ is being reported against you. Now for step you aside first. Because while there are a number of judges, if we not boku, say if they deal with me one, there will be lack in that area. Let's say them pull the rest of the High Court judge na Bombali. They say can't sit down. Bombali will be starving. But when there is a sufficiency of judges way force preside over cases, you go be minded for do the right thing. Say, if I flout, if I go against lay down procedures will govern my job as a judge, I can easily step aside, investigate and replace. But even with the recruitment of judges, we have to lobby government until government say I can able to handle this number of recruitment before we can go ahead. So you see the synergy with efficiency and budgetary allocation. Even with the recruitment of the one that we don't retire, the one that we don't pass on, we have to lobby. Okay, now we get them spaces here for field. Do you think you can foot this bill of this number of intakes over 140? Government, this is what I can go with this for this time being. Let's get for check the budget. Then we can go ahead and recruit. We're not going for recruit a judge 2-3 days down the line of months and say money not there for continue for pay. You go for the wait, you go for the pressure for let you get salary. So it's a holistic debate.
Alright, thank you very much. We fumble them, we take a short break, and when we come back, we go be joined by Honorable Musa Fofana, we will give you views them from the parliamentary aspect.
For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. Amazon's Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discourse the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk. For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. Amazon's Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discourse the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk. For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. Amazon's Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discourse the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk. For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. Amazon's Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discourse the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk. For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. I'm Mrs. Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discuss the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk. For we economy discussion this week, join True Talk and a radio partner them. Amzas Radio na Makeni, Top Radio na Kenema, and All Out Radio na Bo for discuss the Institute for Governance Reform, what they can call IGR. They report on whether performance-based incentive then can able make public officials them accountable and improve public service. Join me this Sunday, 7 o'clock, as we go talk with representatives them from the judiciary and parliament on the findings of this critical report. True Talk. Get the facts, get True Talk.
Alright, family, welcome back. Like we say, at exactly 8 o'clock, we open the phone line for Leona join the conversation. The number where you call on for let you able for give you inputs now 072 641 729 072 641 729, and you go able for contribute your voice and at least show your opinion on what you think so far. And so yes, we move on again. So we come to the honorable we come to Mr. Andrew. You still been the try for show how if we develop a system where the reward performance and results them, it will be far better than if we just continue for change personnel's them. And based on waiting, we don't ask the PRO. Now I want let you give you perspective on. You feel say if we develop that system, he has given his opinion. He don't give input. But if you feel say if we develop that system, we not go get a situation outside the executive. We go they provide the incentive, no go still control the judiciary, and no matter the personnel where you put inside any position, it still go yield the same results. Not
if we develop a system, win a reward system, not to executively administer. Like the judiciary, then go administer. So if it go be clear, the procedures and the standards go be clear as to how you get reward, how you get punishment, not to executively administer reward system for the justice system, not to executively administer reward system for parliament. So now I make up the talk say we will not go able to do broad scale pay reform. So you do institute measures. Say for example, if we get unclear for say, now the way this will let you get promotion, because now we focus so much on longevity of service. Me, I don't take 10 years now that position day. And why I don't take 10 years, they not still promote me yet. But it will be clear, say, really, not to just your longevity of service, not to how long it take. Now, way you don't do XYZ, you get people on fast lane because they are high achievers. So now the judiciary now go develop that system. The judiciary go bring judges them. Then judges and then go actually then design that and reward system. And it will be open to everybody. It will be open to any, if this judge away they say in brother na APC they support. You not go victimize them because this in brother no than an APC judge or an SLPP judge. Because we don't get a system we all don't design together. So not to executive the enforcer.
And who designs this system?
Now the judiciary, now they design them.
Who appoints the people who designs the system?
Oh well, now the judiciary now they do them. The head of them, now the Chief Justice. So they go actually sit down, then look at the law officers, then sit down with the Attorney General, because that all are the legal family down there. And then go talk, say, this is what is good for us, this is what we need to design. And the public for know. And that public day, if they know say, me for like get promotion, if me picking a lawyer, if they go school, they don't go do study, they don't canton lawyer, they will know say, for like get promotion, I need for accomplish this. I need for get 5 years. But Salo, when you go to the public service, they say that man the promotion don't come out to whether they promote, Sometimes it's how connected you are. Sometimes it's how long you've worked, not to how much you have delivered. So this compensation system and reward system is really how do we bring output at the level of conversation in justice and parliament. Unfortunately, most of them confusion we they see na communities, they do like simple by election, they see then community and they this the fet then they go born host. You see say economic development, institutional effectiveness and delivery in not day at the heart of a governance conversation. Now in they make them see and they happen. And me I believe say for if we want for start for try down day, we'll get for start first with the justice system. We'll get for start with parliament. So now that make I talk say and the one day for drive that reform day, now the actors they within the inside.
So this will be open on that to owner. So I mean, we don't see say I think my fear is it will lead to the same box ticket we would try for avoid. I mean, now we look parliament. Parliament supposed to serve as a watchdog. It's supposed to serve as a watchdog.
For
yet,
the economy
even
discussion,
with the recommendations then where they come, even with every other case where they come, they know they provide, they know they perform that oversight will they with them supposed to perform. And my fear is it will replicate back into the judiciary. We say if we not develop risk assessment strategy then. When I not feel say like imagine say now within our power the chief justice in some cases then can be politically affiliated. I mean after all now the presidents they appoint them. So that's the fear now. If you get somebody like Dandy, you don't feel say if in try for design a situation inside them would decide other than for be the independent evaluators them and not go come with politically connected people and again what's the strategy we wanna go able to use for Dandy?
Well, for the judiciary, I go say it boils down to how much the leader is able to hold the institution together. Now, when you have a leader who knows and understands how to hold the workforce, the manpower of the institution together, and you get them to understand your vision going forward, there's no finger will not go point at what you want to achieve. Now, when the Honorable Chief Justice come back and take over, we get a broad conversation. He had a staff meeting with everybody. They said, this is what I want to see done. That's what I want for go, that's what I want for go. Every staff been get for say you own this and that on promotion, like way Mr. Lavali they say on promotion, incentives, everybody made their frank points. And I say, I'm not kaya with a political party ticket. He say, I kaya with an open mind. I want to work with everybody. If you are a bailiff, do your job well. If you are a court registrar, do your job well. If you are a clerk in the magistrate court, do your job well. We also ensure say one, we track down returns at the magistrate court. We see say judges are working. If we all just do that one, they say I don't sabi nobody apart from today, apart from the job, I know no person. So when he don't set that kind of ideological mindset to staff going forward, he undertook swift transfers because he know say this now how much I don't watch the institution, forget it working. I need forget this person at this location. Get over the years, we don't get instances where people they frown at waiting the part of the public service criteria. Say
just a minute. Okay. Hello, Mr. Fofana, Honorable Fofana. Thank you for joining me at the studio.
Honorable Fofana. Okay, we can call you back, please. It's the wrong number. Sorry.
So let me continue. So Famulem, the phone line open now 072641729. You can join in the conversation as we continue.
So holding that institution together as the head, it matters a lot going forward. Because in instance we don't get cases where the leadership don't the like we say allocation of cases, because the Honorable Chief Justice get the constitutional right for assign cases to judges across the board. We don't see criticism from lawyers, civil society activists. There are times where that case allocation to judge can be interfered with. So now come to think of it, if the head of institution, who is the Chief Justice, in fact the predecessor of Honorable Justice Koba Commander, the Honorable Justice Nicholas Bamak, when he did, we see that issue of assignment was clouded in what waiting. He set a committee for avoid that kind of power saying I mean one get for he set up a committee. He said this committee now consensus and I go they decide whose side case for go, whose side this for case for go, whose side this case for go, whose side this case for go. I don't have again anything to do with that. Senior Supreme Court judges were put together say, well, anytime a case is filed before me, we'll not argue another party for work. Now, Justice come back, Commander, the Honorable Chief Justice take over. Now he say every judge forgets a number of case allocations on an even basis. Not to this one forget number of case passes, forget number. When you do so, you get them all on deck. You get them all for the work. You compel them, and then when you come to magistrate, you get a meeting with all of them. Say, I can't for work. Allow we work. Encourage and say, let's work. This job needs to be done. Our primary motive this say for deliver justice. Now what you do? He issue a directive to all magistrates to tell you this is where that's why I want for law start on this solid footing. A directive of magistrates on bail when a much contentious issue over the years with the magistrate court. We go old person bail. In fact, there is an instance where one magistrate they sit on a matter, they grant the woman bail, and transfer the magistrate go now another location. The way come, the woman they on bail, they appear court not jump bail, wait for warrants, you for accusing bail. When you say the woman no meet her, he remand the woman. Say, but you know can't see me. Where another magistrate don't admit the accused person to bail. They can't court enough loud. When come, he say, now of course if you can't see me, he hold the accused, he draw that bail. They detain the woman. The woman sleep on or two things say for cancer. Why if you can't see you personally way, he don't meet the criteria where they set for bail, and they comply. So it has been clear, say, regardless of who is on that seat, we need to ensure say we perform. Now, for the justice act for the magistrate court, because of technology, you know how the internet bad these days, like what they say. We don't track down the performance of magistrates. That justice app they ensure say we track down a case, when they adjourn them, the decision and why they adjourn them across the magistrate app. It has case counsel before they file up. It has been met with serious contentious, but internet, what have you, and low internet, but the need for then issues here day to the public domain is very key, important, because perception like way Mr. Lavali say it don't beat we heavily over the years. People, if you ask how many Sierra Leoneans really understand how the judiciary they operate, now few, and then they rely on the perception of people when they talk to them, and that perception can be in favor or against the judiciary. So we also need for ensure say going forward we engage that void. Over the years we'll be conservative, we will not shy away from, be conservative, but we don't see the need. We say need for the explain with your path. Like why I don't join this conversation. So plenty things there, number even the report, a number of things we may are open to. Where they happen at the sub-region, where at least if it's replicated here, we go bounce as an institution. But as it did now, we they manage the resources where we get. We sometimes in the past we don't know partners to UNDP, what have you can chip in for them trainings like this one will go applying. So you have to get NGOs and NGOs partners to come in.
And leaning on that participatory approach, and before we come to you quick back, Mr. Lavali, from that participatory approach we get bringing in from the civil society and from citizenship view, how you feel say civil society as well as citizens then were able to pressure government for adopt these reforms and as well as for mitigate some of the challenges the way the judiciary or other state institutions in the face?
I think say you don't need pressure. I think say I'm glad the way you use the word participatory approach. It has to be participatory in the sense that now citizens them, the judicial actors then, the leaders them, like we talk say the Chief Justice and then people then come together, bring judges together for letting them design the system. They design the system way good for the all. So that makes it participatory. Instead of it being seen to be imposed, it has to be internally generated. So I think say at the core of developing public policy, now that consensus building about waiting for do. And that one is more key. So it's not really not about civil society pressure. Sometimes I'm glad the way they talk say a lot of people don't even understand the judiciary. And so, one of the things then I make we IGR the way we do work, we make sure say we go underneath a topic, we try understand them. So we try understand this topic here from the point of view of citizens. Every citizen wants to let a judge be fair. But that fairness to it actually means give me right, and a fairness. Then you come to the point of view of the magistrate, the judges and the magistrate, whether they're on the supply side of justice. They begin to ask, what are your problems? What are the challenges? Why people in the field cheated? What can you do to ensure that they not feel cheated? So now it's not about really coercion, or it's about about law talk say how do you compel government. It's really understanding what the situation is and try for provide support on all sides, on the side of citizens and on the side of the one that would manage the institutions and for deliver the results.
All right. Famulem, the phone line still open. The number where you they call on 072 721 974 072 721 974. Hello, Honorable Musa. Good evening. Yes, thank you for joining the conversation. So, like we've been the talk, we've been the try for assess how performance-based incentives them go improve public service delivery. So, from your own point, you feel say Parliament go actually support like a reform or a bill we go introduce like performance-based incentives them and recall underperforming MPs them inside Parliament. You think that's a possibility?
Absolutely. I want to I want to appreciate Mr. Lavali, Mr. Mori, and Mr. Bamba. And at the same time, I want to see attend this particular launching of this document or the launching of the campaign. And for me, the overcoming statements we make I see the IGR campaign or this document very, very critical now because they look at national issues critically across the board. Even though a more focus on the judiciary and parliament, of course civil servants, and of course the police, and also look at other critical anti-corruption structures across the world, even Africa, Pakistan, India. You know, the document look at a lot of other histories where other countries don't make, where at least they don't domesticate some of them things and they would not achieve a lot of things we get for do with incentive. So I believe say looking at this document critically as a government, as partners, it will help to make a change, a rapid change for that matter across the board, not only the parliament or the judiciary. But I'm not saying them focus not just that, and see the lawmaking institution and the judiciary as the two critical creatures we will be able to make a fast change. When we look at Georgia, now the document, trust me, a lot of improvement they will don't do based on research and physical reality with the document they talk about. And the recommendation they make, I say, they're very, very critical on this document. We make believe say, if we accept this document as a country, we accept this document as citizens, trust me, there is a lot of improvement when this document will bring up, not only in the judiciary or parliament or across the country as a nation.
No, Honorable, where you can talk to people, you know, where we can talk to people about parliament. A lot of people they talk say, no, I not like what parliament they do. Parliament not strong in fact to oversee the executive. And a lot of people we don't talk to MP them, they can talk say, you know, citizens and they demand too much from we unnecessarily. What do you feel say now the biggest challenge with parliament they face from your point of view in terms of doing their work?
Yeah, thank you very much. Trust me, we look at the recommendation. We in at this document. The recommendation we in full line with the challenges with parliament face. One problem with Salon parliament don't get now because you get perception feeling of Salonians where most of them don't even know the role of parliament. And this not only now is that government in, government out, it's challenge don't happen. But when you look at this document in recommendation, in the time for talk say if the government want for restore some treasury for parliament and the judiciary, then they will help for build the capacity of parliament for let parliament become a self-reliance institution where parliament will for add more value into the oversight. Like the PSC for example, just within 2023 and 2024, the PSC don't do work way no ever happened in the history of Salon Parliament. Why? Not only because the Parliament is a young Parliament, which I mean the Speaker is young, the Deputy Speaker is young, the Leader of Government Business is young. It's because we have got also the CSO decks, and we don't exchange ideas. We don't see some of this oversight them. We need to put more pressure because government in, government out. The citizens they have up day from Parliament for let Parliament make a change. But how Parliament will also make a change when Parliament will get the necessary resources and the independency in terms of finance. So then when I look at the recommendations for this IGR document, trust me, if for any reason this document can be a working document not only for the judiciary, for Parliament and for other institutions, you can be assured that this will help you for make a lot of change because it will make Parliament resilient, it will make Parliament in terms of funding or finance or incentive because of the job work committees and what they do on oversight and other issues, then trust me, a lot of change will happen. I believe that.
But what you feel say could be the next steps for una, because wetin IGR they do, IGR they publish, they do research and publish the information. But what you feel say could be the next steps in terms of how Parliament will utilize and act on the recommendations there?
I will appreciate IGR for coming to Salon Parliament and for engage not only the leadership but all the MPs across the political eye. Let us sit down together, let IGR do the same presentation where IGR don't do, so that at least Parliament will be part and parcel to this campaign. But I am confident that this document for me, not a fiction, it's the reality, because research don't show other countries where don't make progress in the police force, in the revenue generation entities. You know, for me the document is more clear, and from the day when we come on at this launch of this campaign, I'm reading this document on daily basis. And from when I even said that I'm in here, and they look at it on daily basis. So for me, I see this document for me a life document where need for Ghana Parliament, not only for them we discuss them, but also for them, in fact, IGR lay this document at Parliament, let it be Parliament property. Because we can tell you, for one within the studio, Section 118, subsection 7 of Salon Constitution, it said whether a promise, na loan, na agreement for every ministry, department, and agency, Parliament for be informed. Most of the ministry, department, and agencies, government in, government out, plenty thing they come away, they don't even notify Parliament. But why? Because the resources are not there for follow some of them can tear. But we believe if this document become Parliament property, Parliament will cascade this document across not only party line, but even with committees. And committees, this document will benefit each and every committees. I become more interested in this document because I chair the Economic Development Planning Committee now, and made a few say even more bad to take ownership of this document, because this document is valuable, it's useful, and government sets up as a government. I mean, not only the ministries, department, and agency, but the executive will also take ownership of this document, because for me, this document is very, very critical.
Okay, thank you very much. So IGR will take the next step for go to Parliament, go do the presentation of this report to the leadership and other ranks of and file of Parliament, and we hope say after that when I will able to really take them up, because one of the biggest recommendation now for let Parliament take steps for develop an incentive system, and not only develop them but for enforce them. So thank you very much, Honorable, and we will meet you from time to time. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, True Talk Radio.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have been Honorable Musa Fofana Gandhi from the Connaught District block. So I get a question for you, Mr. Andrew Valley. This una IGR report una pull. So I mean, I have a critical something in mind. Waiting if una actually make these recommendations to Parliament and then try for adopt them, and also from there on, them go need for ensure say the sustainability rests with them. Waiting at like the thing is, what are the challenges they see in giving it to them, and if them develop their own evaluation criteria, if you say they're not going to make something we just favorable to them, we go make an MP on the perform, then still go come with an evaluation system.
We'll get for start from somewhere. The fact of the matter is, right now, you don't get a reward system for Parliament. You don't get a reward system for judiciary. In fact, if a judge wants for let it go do sabbatical after you don't do work, You don't get any system where they talk say, no, after you don't do and this, now this is desire for get sabbatical. What you will need, not to just follow parliamentarian or parliamentary leadership, go sit down a corner and go do something. The word is participation. Yeah. How they make that APC leader in a parliament, that SLPP leader in a parliament, they agree. They say that the reward system is so for make. Where somebody don't work on this, it becomes predictable. If you wait in a parliament, you go no. So let's say, for example, you get a committee where they enforce audit recommendations. Say if you make that MDA, it implement all the audit recommendations we assign to you, una they get reward. If una go, let's say for example, a lot of Sierra Leoneans they fetch with passports, they say passport na the highest. The parliament say now say no, we they look into the passport contract. Then you save that cost. We can actually calculate the cost una save. We talk say how can these savings be part of parliament, come to parliament, contract the way they come. You know, law talk say we can't to toll road. If you save, let's say you save 10 years from toll road, how you go make that 10 years they with that money they will take now, all they go to China. How you go make for that money they will salon they get? How you go make for some kind of parliament? It's predictable, it's open. Now that make in fact we they actually reduce that burden of corruption with they on Sierra Leone. Because right now a lot of things with people they do, they say, no, that's not corruption now and day. Within this report, they say, left for call and corruption. Legalize the action the way people they get money, where people they become recognized. Like, for example, a judge where they try Boku cases them on record time, with the independence, with the president they give the award, the order of the Rokel, still not recognizing judges there. You should go get a list made of judges. So you get both financial and non-financial reward system, way predictable, way open to everybody, not a secret for saying how do we sit down and agree on something, way not to for holding to account. So it's both about rewarding and about punishing. So you don't get down there right now. So what's in this report do now for go take Boku country them, we don't go through this and examples. Like for example, Nigeria not going to be a perfect example, but Nigeria, when they discuss like the oil wealth, the Senate where they discuss then contract then part of that I think about 0.2% or 0. You know reach 1%. It comes to the Senate. And you know the good thing is, you know they go to the executive. The Senate they go to the executive say, no, I won't go oversee una because the Senate get a mechanism for finance them. The judiciary they can publish their newspapers. And we can reward, we can applaud more of inputs. That man they don't go make big speech yonder. This person I don't go wow that conference. But the output will not the reward them. Which in this report they talk about, let us get a system where the reward output. And let's start with the judiciary and parliament.
To you, Mr. Mori, if IGR go want for take these reports to honor the judiciary, what do you feel say go be next steps? Like how you do your honorable in non talk for parliament?
Well, like what I start off, I say, na a laudable job. And the leadership of judiciary, headed by the Honorable Chief Justice Koba Kamanda, open to the kind of debate, frankly. Now, a fine gentleman, young and he's poised for CC things are done the right way. When you speak to a leader, pay attention to the emphasis where they make. He say, I don't come as a young person for left this place, they want to meet him. So he has a burning desire for CC. He effect the necessary changes within the institution. So for the report of the IGR and the recommendations, of course, the desk of the Chief Justice always open, the leadership of the judiciary always open for engage, for see how best we can able for get things done in one accord on the part and we part, engage we, get the conversations going. We self take frantic steps for ensure say most of them conversations and the recommendations are worked on, implemented where necessary. Like on performance based. You start with magistrates. Say across the country for this number of months or this number of months now this year, now this magistrate deliver the highest number of judgment. Also, the mechanisms will go be drafted will go be put together as a result of what the recommendation has for also take into consideration the human rights implications. Plenty judiciary na a technical institution for deal with. Now, critics go say justice delayed is justice denied, but then they go always say justice hurried now go get the same effect. So forget this thing working. It has to involve civil society, other partners, for so we get a workable solution. Look like bail. The Honorable Chief Justice don't issue directives. They don't start the process on bail. Now we need for Sidon to not will come from we no more. Other people will need for catch that vision. Say, for let this man come in first 1 month, he issued directives on bail. It means he knows the issues. Somebody who don't be a magistrate for a number of years across the country, he know how people in the meddle with bail wrongly. A guy say if I bail now for the process within these hours of the day, for let an accused person not be deprivedly taken to the correctional facility between this day and this day. Now the police, much of waiting we don't suffer over the years. Now people will take advantage of the silence of the institution to their advantage. The police now one. When you go to the magistrate, you get police prosecutors. They appear before magistrates. Now when the police they prosecute a matter for an accused person, the business of the magistrate now for just be referee, hold the balance. Now when that police say are they object to bail, the defense of the lawyer say, the defense of the accused say, are they apply for bail, the police say no, in the interest of blah blah blah, are they reject bail, are opposed to bail. Now go na the back say let's see what thing go happen. The next thing I for let the police charge money in the interest of say that power I'll go talk to her for let you get bail. This is a serious offense, but if you pass through we now appear before the magistrate, we'll be able to convince her for give you bail. Meanwhile, most of the time, this is not due to the knowledge of the magistrate. So what in that accused person or in Fambule who go first for count that money, they get at the back of the mind say this is a collaborative effort between the police and the judiciary. So we need for come together for curb this menace of public perception. We don't hit you down. Yes, there are instances who say they miss them. We have to be frank. There are instances who they miss them. We don't try for subject for get with judges and magistrates for go with the letter. But you know easy. Where you deal with people from different backgrounds, go for get one or two shake-ups here and there. You will get instances who, over the years inside judiciary, people they say, me I don't think that this situation I have for the way for a public servant, if for be convenient for work every side, in fact for be efficient. If you don't have this in place for very long term, then she say, you don't make so many friends. In the interest of justice, only for the tenants this you can be corrupt. Then pull last time can go by under. It a cry foul. Go on social media. Go do so. So it is about we knowing how justice works. Because in the mind of the leader, we transfer you. Now in the interest of justice, you know how they go cry foul. Say, na based on political this, na based on political that. But it will amaze you how much people only come to light this be entered with what they happen off the records like judiciary. Some they write the leadership of judiciary. Much of what the Honorable Chief Justice don't act on a report of people. Somebody they write, he complain. Say, are they write this magistrate? Are they write this judge? Are they write against this judge? Are they complain this magistrate in respect of this judgment? Are they complain this judge in respect of this judgment? So if these things are forthcoming, the leadership go sit up, say, the public they watch. Not so you wait there before you they go to court, you don't get the preconceived mindset. Say, this like what Mr. Alvarez will go work. Whatever it takes, and for ensure say this go your way. And for the public, mostly when judgment is delivered in their favor, the judiciary good. Bring a person to the court today. Whether na cost na go up canon wound the person. We get just judiciary good. Judiciary not the best. But let a lost case. Even our homes, family settings, nobody know how for loss. Be accountable. So when judiciary, even when they do the work the right way, we are mostly not loved. So but until we develop this culture of ensuring that we get consistency in how we administer justice and forsake the interests of the people based on law. Now that day now with defense to whatever public perception.
All right.
It go heavy for like if you say it go over time. It's been existential, but more than ever before like we then debate at the canal, we for be determined for listen. And like when we get the engagements here, we they listen the phone conversations, we they take the feedback here back to the leadership. So I then tear the public the raise concern like the bail before the directives can. Chief Justice Sido engage the law officers department, the police say how do we get bail working? Officer na human rights issue. Most of the offenses billable people going up at them, but how do we get this working? Issue and directives here. Now should somebody go against them, clearly it should be subject of an investigation. We don't see a number of staff, then they come against the directive and they fall down heavily on them. So it's about you knowing what you want for ensure that the team is together, you have a working and understanding staff. We know say this is not the vision of the leader. We want to press into this vision and forget the changes. We appreciate IGL so much. And this report now a roadmap to we say one for be as an institution. That we cannot shy away from. Go 10, 15 years down the line, we want to get an institution where we get somebody go to US today. They say, I want to know everything about judiciary. You go www.judiciaryofclu.com. Pap, everything about judiciary come up from leadership, cadre, what have you, a functioning website.
All right, quick one, Mr. Angola Valley. I want to let you tell people them as the executive director of IGR now, being saying not to just the financial autonomy part when I get for focus on how are they able for instill this culture where the public relations officer of the judiciary they talk about so in addressing all these mishaps them for create a system where they produce results. So it's now on our next step.
I know saying that 3 minutes not left, but you know Fambulem, a clear say the way things they go in the judiciary, the way things they go in the parliament, a lot of we want for let change happen. A clear say for let you get a situation where say one person, one land, that they sell and give 5